Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and today I want to talk to you about the best time to buy comics. And I also am going to show off something really cool that I recently picked up, never before seen on the channel. Now before we get into it, let me quickly tell you about my giveaway at 600 subscribers. We are giving away these 3 awesome comics. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel, leave a comment on this video or any video, and you'll be automatically entered into a chance to win one of these 3 books. Every video you comment on will enter you into another chance to win. So let's go ahead and what am I talking about here? When is the best time to buy comics? Now, granted, you can get deals all year round, sure, but I found out here in the month of December, you can find yourself some really good deals. Now, why is that? Because Christmas is right around the corner. Especially early December. As you get to mid-December, probably still a little bit. But especially early December, you know, people are trying to get their Christmas money together. People also, maybe on, you know, you're watching an auction. And maybe there's not as many people looking at things, trying to buy things, because they're trying to save their money for Christmas. So, now granted, you know, you're not going to get a steal. You're not going to get a, you know, a Star Wars #1 for half the price or nothing, you know. But I feel like this theory more so applies to, at least with the auctions. If there's something a little bit not as, I don't know, not as hot, not as, I don't know what the exact word I would say, but you know, like I said, you know, you're not going to get a big Star Wars 1, you're not going to get a Kingpin 50, you're not going to get a Star Wars 68, a Savage She-Hulk 1, you're not going to get this thing, anything where there's probably tons and tons of eyes at all times, you know what I mean? However, there are certain books that are definitely have a set value, and it's just a little bit more obscure, I guess we'll call it. And maybe those type of things aren't being watched as heavily, or people aren't as dead set, like, I gotta get those, you know? So, I got a couple examples here for you. So, it started off this month with me getting SpiderMan 252 at a 9.0. I won this on an auction, and again, this is a very hot book, so I didn't get it for a crazy deal, but I got it for a very reasonable deal. I thought it was very well priced. I was very happy winning that auction. I don't do a lot of auctions because I feel like most of the time you end up spending what a buy it now costs, or sometimes even more. My thing is best offers. Send people offers all the time. Because, you know, you just don't know what people are going to accept. Sometimes you get surprised. A lot of time, I mean, don't, you know, if it's $200, don't go out there and send $100 or, you know, $50. People who do crazy things, I've seen crazy things. So, you know, be reasonable. But if it's $200, and that's like the going price all day, shoot on $175. See what happens, you know. You might get it for $175. But like I said, I mean, I got this for what I thought was a very reasonable price. I was very happy with it. And off the back of this, I was like, because I was kind of debating. I was like, do I get this or Secret Wars 8? I wanted one of them, and I was like, we'll see. I like both covers a lot, you know. Both covers are definitely very awesome books to get. And then it just so happened, well, part of it was me starting to be stubborn. I was like, actually, I think I want them both now. And so, you know, you window shop for a little bit, unless you just see a deal, you know, pop at you right in the face. But you window shop, and this is important, and I don't know if everyone knows about this, but make sure you favorite as many different reasonably priced ones as possible, because you never know what's going to happen. I favorited one, and this wasn't a best offer scenario. Like I said, it was just a straight buy it now, and he had it for an already reasonable price that honestly, if he'd waited another week or so, I probably would have just outright bought. Again, I was just kind of reviewing my options, but I had it favorited, and even though it wasn't a best offer, he sent me an offer for $30 off, what I thought was already a fair price. And so as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's what we're doing. So I went ahead and snagged this thing. The 9.0 newsstand 2-match. Only thing is it does have the label on there. which is cool, but I kind of did want them to match entirely. So, but I mean, they match for the most part. They are 9.0 newsstands, but if I could get the label on this other one, that would have been sweet. Just so that they would have been like, I don't know, the perfect little pair. Now, like I said, those are two pretty hot books. You're not, on something like that, you're not going to get anything that's a crazy steal. You can get a deal, but not a steal. However, there are certain books, and it's hard for me to give a good example of what exactly I'm talking about without just going ahead and spoiling my example. I'm trying to hold it off. I got this book, and it was one I decided that I mean, ever since it came out this year, it's one that I decided I really wanted, or it's one that I've wanted, but recently was when I decided, you know what, I'm actually going to start looking at these and trying to pick one up. I got to give some backstory before I get into it. So this is a book. Let's see, kind of sneak peek here. I got a 9.8 on it, all right? And you might say, Marco, a 9.8? And this is a book I decided I had to get in a 9.8. And if you know me, if you're familiar with the channel, I'm not a 9.8 snob. You know, I'm perfectly fine. I have a lot of 9.0s. That's my biggest book. It's a 5.0. It's a 6.5. I got a 9.4 on the 361 there. I have very few 9.8s. And don't get me wrong, I'll take a 9.8. I like 9.8s. But I'm fine. I'm fine with a 9.0 on most things. So why did I have to get a 9.8 on this one? This one's kind of going into a detour, but it's a cool book, and it might be some knowledge that you may need to know. You may not be familiar with it. This is a book that had a factory defect, and it was very prominent, very prevalent. It had a big tear on the cover. And this is a cover by the way. There's nothing key about it. It's a ratio variant. I guess that kind of counts. But it's a cover buy. And when we got it in at the shop at Pops Comics, when we first got it in, it had a tear in it. And we're like, oh man, that sucks. Which, books come in damaged sometimes. And we were so upset because, like, man, that's a real bummer. Because this book is, at the time, it was super hot. It's still a hot book. If you know about the tear, you might even already know what the book is. But so we sent in for a replacement, a damage replacement. We got the other one, a week or two later, and it had the exact same tear right in the front cover. And then that's when I started looking on Facebook and talking to people, and yeah, it was a common thing. It happened to a lot of people. And for me, this isn't a crazy expensive book, but it's a pricey book. And for me, I was like, raw, the book is like $80, $90. And I'm like, if I buy this book raw, it's going to have a tear in it. Like, more likely than not, it's going to have a big old tear in that cover. So it's like, do I spend $80 to $90 on a book that more than likely is going to have a tear in it? Or do I go ahead and get the 9.8 and spend $200 to $250? Because it typically goes for about $250. There was a few best offers. Maybe I could have tried to work my way down to maybe $225. And so I was thinking about that, debating, and because if you have to think about it, if I spent like $90, then I spent another, roughly $40 or so getting it graded, and it's like, well, that's not too far off from. Because I don't know what I didn't see any graded. I don't know what it would be like if you got this book graded with a tear in it, even though it is a factory defect on some of this. I don't know what. There's a grace period. There's a certain point where they start to consider it a factory defect, but if it's too new, they don't count it or something. I don't exactly know. Maybe maybe you can enlighten me a little bit in the comments. But anyway, I'm trying to hold off for suspense. Let's go ahead and reveal what we're talking about here. We got The Marvels, number 6, Bermejo, 1:25 ratio. And this is just a book that I saw when it came out. And like I said, it was just absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Funnily enough, when this came out, until I was looking to buy it, I thought this was an Alex Ross cover. Just because he does a lot of work with metals and reflective surfaces and stuff. So it kind of screams like something Alex Ross would do. And but then when I was searching the Marvels 1 in 25 Alex Ross. I was having a really hard time finding the book. And then I found one that was graded, and so I looked at the label, and it said Bermejo, and I was like, oh, okay, well that explains it. But anyway, yeah, this book is absolutely beautiful, and like I said, it is strictly a cover buy. There's nothing special about it, key-wise, and the factory defect I'm talking about is going to be about right there. If you're ever looking to buy this book, there'll be a big O tear, probably right about there. And so anyway, I decided I wanted to make sure that I didn't get a torn copy, and I was kind of ready to pull the trigger. Like I said, start shooting some offers to some people, because that was the consistent going price was $250 or best offer, you know. So I was like, I'm gonna start shooting them offers and see who can who can get me a reasonable price. And when I was right about to do that, one was listed for an auction. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait and watch this. And this is just the right kind of book that there may not, especially a few weeks before Christmas, this isn't on everybody's mind. It's not a hot book. It's not anything that anybody's specking on to grow in value. Although I bought this book with the idea that this is probably one, and I'm gonna probably do a hot comics video talking about. I want to start doing like more covers, because I feel like when we do get Surfer, and he is coming, and I don't know when, I don't know where, but when we do get Surfer in the MCU, a book like this that has held consistent value for quite a while now, even though it is just a cover, a book like this will grow in value, because people are going to be like, oh man, I need more Surfer stuff, more Surfer. This cover is amazing, you know. When people are going to start looking for that stuff, this book is going to get attention. Think ahead of the game. I always tell everyone, think ahead of the game. So, anyway, I started watching the auction, and when it came down to it, I got that book for $125. Now that is a steal. That is half the going price. And like I said, could I do that with a Secret Wars 8? No, it's not going to happen. But if you find a book that's just a little bit more obscure, even though it's a good book and goes for a good price, all day, that book goes for, like I said, at least $200. At least $200. Find you one off the beaten path. Watch some auctions. Maybe you can get a good deal. We might be getting a little too close to Christmas now. It might be too late. If I had known, I would have made this video earlier. Maybe I wouldn't have, so you wouldn't steal my deal. But, again, this is my first Christmas, my first December shopping for comics. My first slabbed comic was First Taskmaster here, Adventures 196. I got that for Christmas last year. So, again, I'm new, I'm a baby, okay? I'm still learning a lot of things here in the comic world. And, yeah, this is my first December, and I got 2 good deals and 1 steal during the month of December. And if I had more money, I probably could have got more deals. So, if you have some similar stories, if you've been picking up some awesome things for dirt cheap, let me know about it. Because, again, with this one, the Secret Wars 8, he sent me that offer, $30 off, and I can guarantee you, he was like, man, I need to sell something right now. I need some Christmas money to buy my kid a PS5 or whatever, Something was going on. He needed that money immediately. So he's like, whatever, I'm gonna send an offer on that. And, so just, it doesn't hurt to start favoriting and hurting different comics and just seeing what offers people send you. Because a lot of times, sure, it'll be, here's $10 off, and it's like, that doesn't really do anything for me. But sometimes, $30 off, what I already thought was a good price. Can't beat that. And then, like I said, watch you some auctions, and you never know. Something something magical might happen. That's going to be it for today, though. As always, you know, like I said, leave your comments. It'll enter you in a chance to give for the giveaway. But I seriously, I would love to know if anyone has got any kind of cool books for, you know, good prices or crazy good prices during this month. Or, I mean, really, if you got anything this year for a crazy good deal as well. There's, like I said, you can get a deal any time around the year. But I feel like December, next year, I mean, I might be a little bit more prepared and have some extra saving money set aside so I can spend it on some comics. We'll see. I don't know. Thank you all so much for watching, though. Slight little thing, I guess. I still haven't seen Spider-Man. There was an issue. I'll probably talk about it on Wednesday's live stream, which you should join us, by the way. But I'll probably talk about it then. But it got pushed back to Monday now, so don't send me any messages. Don't talk to me about Spider-Man yet. But anyway, I'll see y'all next time.